Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiriye Nashtiprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloki Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 8, Lord Nrsimhadev slays the king of the demons. Text number 8 onwards. So, as we know, Hiranyakashipu was very, very angry at Prahlad Maharaj and asking him, what is your source of strength? How come you can stand here fearlessly in front of me? And Prahlad Maharaj said, we all have the same source, Lord Vishnu. From him comes all the strength. So he further says, Sa Ishvara Kala Urukramo Asa Vojah Saha Sattva Balendriyatma Sae Vishwam Parmah Swashaktibhi Srijati Vatyati Gunatrayeshaha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is the Supreme Controller and Time Factor, is the power of the senses, the power of the mind, the power of the body, and the vital forces of the senses. His influence is unlimited. He is the best of all living entities, the controller of the three modes of material nature. By his own power, he creates this cosmic manifestation, maintains it, and annihilates it also. So Supreme Lord is the power of everything. From him comes everything. Not just everything, the source, the power to use it, the force, everything comes from him. Since the material world is being moved by the three modes of material nature, and since the Lord is their master, the Lord can create, maintain, and destroy the material world. So that's his power. Jaya Suram Bhavam Ivam Tomatmana Samam Manu Dhatsva Nasanti Vidvishaha Rite Ajita Tatmana Utpathe Stita Tadhi Hyanantasya Mahatsama Aranam. Prahlad Maharaj continued, my dear father, please give up your demoniac mentality. Do not discriminate in your heart between enemies and friends. Make your mind equipoised toward everyone. Except for the uncontrolled and misguided mind, there is no enemy within this world. When one sees everyone on the platform of equality, one then comes to the position of worshipping the Lord perfectly. So this is the stage we want to achieve. Equality, and then we can worship the Lord perfectly, because then we see everybody as a spirit soul. Unless one is able to fix the mind at the lotus feet of the Lord, the mind is impossible to control. As Arjuna says in Bhagavad Gita, Chanchalam hi manaha Krishna. For the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong. O Krishna, and to subdue it, it seems to me, is more difficult than controlling the wind. The only bona fide process for controlling the mind is to fix the mind by service to the Lord. We create enemies and friends according to the dictation of the mind. But actually there are no enemies and friends. Pandita Samadarshina. To understand this is the preliminary condition for entering into the kingdom of devotional service. But to come to that level of realization of Prahlad Maharaj, it will take a long time. That there are no enemies or friends. Actually, they all are spirit souls acting according to their sanskaras. But Lord is sitting inside the heart of everybody and sanctioning whatever they want to do. But our whole life just goes around in this, oh, he's my enemy and he's my friend and I should avoid him and I should be friendly to him. And this keeps on changing as well. Enemies and friends keeps on changing. Dasyun pura shanna vijitya lumpato manyant eke swajita disho dasha jidatmano gyasya samasya dehinam sadhu swamoha prabhava putah pare. In former times, there were many fools like you who did not conquer the 6 enemies that steal away the wealth of the body. These fools were very proud, thinking, I have conquered all enemies in all the 10 directions. But if a person is victorious over the 6 enemies, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Matsarya, and is equipoised towards all living entities, for him there are no enemies. Enemies are merely imagined by one in ignorance. Because Hiranyakashipu was saying, you're worshipping my enemy. Lord Vishnu is nobody's enemy to begin with. And then Prahlad Maharaj is coming to the point that nobody's anybody's enemy. In this material world, everyone thinks that he has conquered his enemies, not understanding that his enemies are his uncontrolled mind and the 5 senses. In this material world, everyone has become a servant of the senses. Originally, everyone is a servant of Krishna, but in ignorance, one forgets this. And thus one is engaged in the service of Maya through lusty desires, anger, greed, illusion, madness, and jealousy. Everyone is actually dependent on the reactions of material laws, but still one thinks himself independent and thinks that he has conquered all directions. In conclusion, one who thinks that he has many enemies is an ignorant man, whereas one who is in Krishna consciousness knows that there are no enemies but those within oneself, the uncontrolled mind and the senses. So that is a real enemy. But the mind controls us so much, we think this is my enemy, that is my enemy, this is my friend, that is my friend. One who gives me sense gratification, that is my best friend. But chances are maybe he's not your best friend. He's not our best friend. Because suppose somebody likes to drink and somebody brings him a bottle of liquor and he thinks, he's my best friend. But he's ruining your health, getting you more addicted to liquor. He's really your enemy, number one. But because of our uncontrolled mind, we think, he's my best friend. See how much he cares for me. And this is what is going on all over the world. Shri Hiranyakashipu Ruvacha Vyaktam Tvam Martu Kamavasi Yoti Matram Vikathase Mamurshanaam Hi Mandatman Nanu Syurav Viklava Giraha. Hiranyakashipu replied, you rascal, you're trying to minimize my value as if you're better than me at controlling the senses. This is over-intelligent. I can therefore understand that you desire to die at my hands. For this kind of nonsensical talk is indulged in by those about to die. And Hiranyakashipu is saying, you think you're better than me at controlling the senses? Because outwardly Hiranyakashipu had controlled his senses for 100 celestial years when he was doing his tapasya to please Lord Brahma. That was only outwardly. Inwardly, he did not control. His mind was never in control. So how could he control his senses? But he just too proud of his austerities and the powers he received afterwards. He just could not acknowledge the good qualities of Prahlad Maharaj. It is said in Hitopadesh, Upadesho hi murkhanam prakopayana shantaye. If good instructions are given to a foolish person, he does not take advantage of them, but becomes more and more angry. Prahlad Maharaj's authorized instructions to his father were not accepted by Hiranyakashipu as truth, Instead, Hiranyakashipu became increasingly angry at his great son, who was a pure devotee. This kind of difficulty always exists when a devotee preaches Krishna consciousness to persons like Hiranyakashipu, who are interested in money and women. The word Hiranya means gold, and Kashipu refers to cushion or good bedding. So, good bedding is basically to enjoy a sex life. Moreover, a father does not like to be instructed by his son, especially if the father is a demon. Prahlad Maharaj's Vaishnav preaching to his demoniac father was indirectly effective, for because of Hiranyakashipu's excessive jealousy of Krishna and his devotee, he was inviting Narasimhadev to kill him very quickly. So that way it was very effective, the preaching, because Hiranyakashipu was getting very, very angry, and he will try to kill Prahlad Maharaj, and definitely Narasimhadev will come and kill him. Thus he was expediting his being killed by the Lord himself. Although Hiranyakashipu was a demon, he is described here by the added word Shri. Why? The answer is that fortunately he had such a great devotee son as Prahlad Maharaj. Thus, although he was a demon, he would attain salvation and return home, back to Godhead. So this we discussed yesterday. So Prahlad Maharaj was still so calmly standing there and preaching to his father. But father was getting angry and angry and angry and angry. Yastvaya mand bhagyok to madanyo jagadishvara kaso yadi sarvatra kasmat stambhena drishyate. O most unfortunate Prahlad, you've always described a supreme being other than me, a supreme being who's above everything, who's a controller of everything, and who's all pervading. But where is he? If he is everywhere, then why is he not present before me in this pillar? There comes the pillar. Demons sometimes declare to a devotee that they cannot accept the existence of God because they cannot see him. But when the demon does not know, but what the demon does not know is stated by the Lord himself in Bhagavad Gita. Naham prakasha sarvasya. I'm never manifest to the foolish and unintelligent. For them, I'm covered by Yogmaya. So it's the Lord's will that he doesn't want himself to be shown to all these fools and rascals who deny his existence, who questions his supremacy. But if he wants, he can show them himself. He is supremely independent. The Lord is open to being seen by devotees, but non-devotees cannot see him. The qualification for seeing God is stated in Brahma Samhita, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. A devotee who has developed a genuine love for Krishna can always see him everywhere, whereas a demon, not having a clear understanding of the Supreme Lord, cannot see him, even if he is standing right before them. Krishna was there as Shanti Dut, or in so many different occasions. He was there in front of Duryodhana, but Duryodhana never recognized him as a Supreme Lord. Not even not recognizing, sometimes even the Lord is in front of us, but we cannot see him. Forget about recognizing. It's all up to the mercy of the Lord and how much love we have developed. That's all. When Hiranyakashipu was threatening to kill Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad certainly saw the column standing before him and his father, and he saw that the Lord was present in the pillar to encourage him not to fear his demoniac father's words. The Lord was present to protect him. Hiranyakashipu marked Prahlad's observation and asked him, "Where is your God?" Prahlad Maharaj replied, "He's everywhere." Then Hiranyakashipu asked, "Why is he not in this pillar before me?" Thus, in all circumstances, the devotee can always see the Supreme Lord, whereas The non-devotee cannot. So this is actually very, very unique pastimes, unique situation. The Lord is standing in the pillar, and Prahlad Maharaj could see him. The Lord gave him darshan from inside the pillar, but not Hiranyakashipu could not see him. Prahlad Maharaj has been addressed here by his father as the most unfortunate. Hiranyakashipu thought himself extremely fortunate because he possessed the property of the universe. Prahlad Maharaj, his legitimate son, was to have inherited his vast property. But because of his impudence, he was going to die at his father's hands. Therefore, the demoniac father considered Prahlad the most unfortunate because Prahlad would not be able to inherit his property. Hiranyakashipu did not know that Prahlad Maharaj was the most fortunate person within the three worlds because Prahlad was protected by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such are the misunderstandings of demons. They do not know that a devotee is protected by the Lord in all circumstances. And not just protected by the Lord. See, Nrsimhadev is going to appear and he is going to kill Hiranyakashipu, and who's going to be put on the throne? Prahlad Maharaj. So here Hiranyakashipu is thinking, oh, this boy is so unfortunate, I'm going to kill him and he's not going to enjoy my property. Instead, Hiranyakashipu himself got killed and Prahlad Maharaj became the king. But he was a devotee king. So aham vikatha manasya shirah kaya dharami te gopayet haristwadya yaste sharanam ipsitam. Because you are speaking so much nonsense, I shall now sever your head from your body. Now let me see your most worshipable God come to protect you. I want to see it. Demons always think that the God of the devotees is fictitious. They think that there is no God and that the so-called religious feeling of devotion to God is but an opiate, a kind of illusion, like the illusion derived from LSD and opium. Hiranyakashipu did not believe Prahlad Maharaj when Prahlad asserted that the Lord is present everywhere. Because Hiranyakashipu, as a typical demon, was convinced that there is no God and that no one could protect Prahlad, he felt encouraged to kill his son. He challenged the idea that the devotee is always protected by the Supreme Lord. So this conflict has been going on since time of the creation between demons and devotees. And if the devotee is not that surrendered, not that advanced, so many times they get killed by the demons, challenging them. Okay, where is your God? If your God is here, why you didn't come to protect you, to rescue you? But they don't understand. First of all, you cannot kill the soul. And secondly, by killing even a neophyte devotee, one accrues so much of bad karma that one has to suffer for so many lifetimes of terrible sufferings. Forget about if that person was an exalted, advanced devotee. But this is what Hiranyakashipu and Prahlad Maharaj, this is a story going on. Evam duruktar muhur dayan rusha sutam mahabhagvatam mahasuraha khadgam pragriyot patito varasanata stambam tata dati balah swamushtina. Being obsessed with anger, Hiranyakashipu was a very great in bodily strength, thus chastised his exalted devotee son Prahlad with harsh words. Cursing him again and again, Hiranyakashipu took up his sword, got up from his royal throne, and with great anger struck his fist against the column while he was charging towards Prahlad Maharaj to kill him. He hit his fist on the column. It was like when we knock on the door for somebody to open the door from inside. And let's see who came out. Tadeva tasmin ninduto ati bhishano babhuva yenand katamaha sfutat yam ve swadhishnayopagatam tvajadaya shrutva swadhamati amanga nenire. Then from within the pillar came a fearful sound which appeared to crack the covering of the universe. My dear Yudhishthir, this sound reached even the abodes of the demigods like Lord Brahma. And when the demigods heard it, they thought, oh, now our planets are being destroyed. So we can only imagine how terrible and fearful sound must have come out. As we sometimes become very much afraid at the sound of a thunderbolt, perhaps thinking that our houses will be destroyed, the great demigods, like Lord Brahma, feared the thundering sound that came from the pillar in front of Hiranyakashipu. Savikraman putra vadhep surojasa nishamya nirahadam apurvam adbhutam antah sabhayam na dadarsha tatapadam vitatra suryena surari yutapa. While showing his extraordinary prowess, Hiranyakashipu, who desired to kill his own son, heard that wonderful tumultuous sound which had never been heard before. Upon hearing the sound, the other leaders of the demons were afraid. None of them could find the origin of that sound in the assembly. So first came the sound, and it was fearful, tumultuous, wonderful sound. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna himself explains by saying, Rasom Apsu Kaunteya. O son of Kunti Arjun, I am the taste of water, the light of the sun and the moon, the syllable Om in the Vedic mantras. I am the sound in ether and ability in man. Here the Lord exhibited his presence everywhere by the tumultuous sound in the sky, Shabdake. The tumultuous thundering sound was proof of the Lord's presence. The demons like Hiranyakashipu could now realize the supreme ruling power of the Lord, and thus Hiranyakashipu became afraid. However powerful a man may be, he always fears the sound of a thunderbolt. Similarly, Hiranyakashipu and all the demons who were his associates were extremely afraid because of the presence of the Supreme Lord in the form of the sound, although they could not trace out the source of the sound. Because the Lord had not come out yet, he just gave out such a roaring sound. Satyam vidhatum nijya bhritya bhashitam vyaptim cha bhuteshva khilesha chatmana adrisha tati adbhuta rupam adbudvahan stambhe sabhayam nambrigam namanashim. To prove that the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial, in other words, to prove that the Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of an assembly hall, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Hari, exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. When Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad Maharaj, where is your Lord? Is he present in the pillar? Prahlad Maharaj fearlessly replied, yes, my Lord is present everywhere. Therefore, to convince Hiranyakashipu that the statement of Prahlad Maharaj was unmistakably true, the Lord appeared from the pillar. The Lord appeared as half lion and half man, so that Hiranyakashipu could not understand whether the great giant was a lion or a human being. To substantiate Prahlada's statement, the Lord proved that his devotee, as declared in Bhagavad Gita, is never, 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 never vanquished. Prahlad Maharaj's demoniac father had repeatedly threatened to kill Prahlad, but Prahlad was confident that he could not be killed since he was protected by the Supreme Lord. By appearing from the pillar, the Lord encouraged his devotee, saying in effect, don't worry, I am present here. By manifesting his form as Nrsimhadev, the Lord also preserved the truth of Lord Brahma's promise that Hiranyakashipu was not to be killed by any animal or any man. The Lord appeared in a form that could not be said to be fully a man or a lion. So very terrible form, and that was a Ugra Narsimha, because he was very, very angry at Hiranyakashipu. Narsimhadev has many, many forms. So Shanta Narsimha is there, and so many others. But Ugra Narsimha, that was a fearful form of Lord Narsimhadev who appeared from the pillar. Why, how dare Hiranyakashipu try to kill my devotee, Prahlad Maharaj? And it's also said he exhibited a wonderful form never before seen. So it's not that Lord Narasimhadev never appeared before. He always comes in every Satyuga, he appears. But in that area, in that assembly, or even in this set of demigods, may have never seen that form of the Lord before. So that's why it is said this form was never before seen. In fact, later on, when Hiranyakashipu gets killed and Lord is still angry, he's sitting on the throne of Hiranyakashipu. All the demigods come there. Brahmaji approaches the Lord. Lord is not pacified. Shivji, all of the demigods. Even Lakshmiji approached him. But Lakshmi, it is said in the shloka there that even Lakshmiji was afraid because she had never seen this form before. So this was how fearful and how angry Lord Narasimhadev was. So anyway, we'll stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments? Okay, so you all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada.